Hello everyone, welcome back to Placement Buddies. Let me welcome you all to another episode of Let's Hear from the Experienced. And today we are going to discuss Cognizant's interview experience. And we have a very special guest among us, Mr. ABHISHEK Chauhan, the 360 degree of our department. Hello ABHISHEK, welcome to Placement Buddies.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here, Saleh. And I'm very excited to be part of this journey, and I'm looking forward to it. And talking about this work that you are doing, about sharing the experience of a person, that helps a lot to every person who is seeking a job. And I would suggest everyone who is seeking a job should watch it at least once. So this helps in preparation in the right direction, right? Because consider the time limit when we go for the placement, we do not have that much time
Right.
to prepare for the coding. So I guess if you are looking forward to concise direction in which you should move forward to get placed, then this is something you should look to. And about the guidance, this will simply provide the guidance to every juniors, and we all know the importance of guidance in the life of a person in any field.
Obviously.
So yeah, thank you. And there are some words for you, and we have this what about you. You are doing a wonderful job to be honest with. I cannot thank you enough on the behalf of those juniors, and for myself, you helped me on those semesters as well, either with the notes or with the assignments in the exam, in the academic activity.
Yeah.
I cannot thank you enough. You are a wonderful batchmate. Thank you.
My pleasure अभिषेक. So अभिषेक, thank you so much for your kind words. हमारे audience को अपने बारे में कुछ बताओ.
Myself ABHISHEK Chauhan, and I am from Bihar. I graduated from NIT Agartala. There I was enrolled in Electronics and Instrumentation branch, and I passed out in 2021. Currently, I am employed in Cognizant, and I have my own startup that is called goeasytutorial.com. And if anybody get a chance, you should visit it.
Obviously.
And it's a learning website.
Obviously. So guys, I must tell you, Abhishek is working on a website, and it is called goeasytutorials.com. So we will provide you the link in the description. You guys can visit and check it out. It's a wonderful website. He is working in C, C++, and other programming languages. So anybody who is seeking a job in IT field, you guys can visit and you can learn. Very sophisticated and nice notes are given in his website, obviously. So Abhishek, when did Cognizant came to our campus, and what was the eligibility criteria basically?
Cognizant came in our campus during the month of December in our fourth semester, I guess. And the eligibility criteria was quite simple. You have to score 6.5 CGPA.
Okay.
That's it.
Right. And what was the selection process? मतलब कौन से round के बाद कौन सा हुआ?
Basically, Cognizant visited our campus with the two profiles.
Okay.
First profile was a base plus profile, which was for non-CSE guys. It was 6.5 LPA. They had those package. And there was other profile, which was the base plus plus profile, which had 10.5 LPA package.
Okay.
And which was for the CSE guys only.
Right.
It was our test was scheduled in 2 rounds, and the first round was the test round, and second round was the interview round. Okay. So in the test round, there were 2 sections. First section was first section contained the aptitude part, and second section contained the coding part. In the first section, they had this quantitative aptitude, right, and English comprehension,
Okay.
and logical reasoning, right. And these were 3 sections in our test part, and the quantitative part contained approximately 20 to 25 questions, I guess.
Okay.
That much I can remember. In the comprehension contained approximately 20 questions, and this logical reasoning also contained approximately 35 questions.
Okay.
And approximately I had 1.5 to 2 hours to do this. Okay. And the second part was the coding round, and coding round contained 4 questions. 2 questions was from basic level, 2 questions was from high level, right? And we had 122 minutes, which is 2 hours to complete this test.
Okay. So Abhishek, as you mentioned कि quantitative, logical, verbal round के questions थे, तो वो क्वेश्चंस क्लियर करने के लिए तूने कहाँ से प्रिपरेशन किया था? मतलब एमकैट प्लेटफॉर्म में जो तो क्वेश्चंस आते हैं, तो क्या प्रिपरेशन स्ट्रेटेजी रही उस राउंड के लिए?
I had this book from NIT. I was preparing for GATE at the
Okay.
time. So I had this book from NIT, and they have wonderful design books. You know, those coaching institutes, they design book very beautifully. So
Okay.
when you look through this book, you will be quite amazed. So they had those are formulas, right? And I get an idea of all those chapters. That all those idea of those all those chapters of which they are going to ask the questions, right?
Okay.
So these questions, I had those idea of the chapters, and I, considering the reference of those chapters, I visited to the YouTube and learned from the YouTube regarding that chapters. And YouTube had a wonderful channels. Those channels, if you go to, they will help you in your preparation. What they do in YouTube is that they will focus you on the 7 to 8 questions, right?
Okay.
Of 8 chapters.
Mhm.
Those all 7 to 8 questions were the reference. None of the questions that I can recall were kept out of those 7 to 8 boundary questions, right? So they
Okay.
are a very experienced guy on the YouTube when you visit to learn for them. So that helped me a lot from the YouTube. And India Week is also a good website where if you want to prepare for quantitative aptitude, you can prepare for it. It's
राइट. सो अभिषेक, एप्टीट्यूड, लॉजिकल, वर्बल के बात हो गई. अभी जो कोडिंग राउंड में 4 क्वेश्चंस आए थे, 2 बेसिक लेवल से और 2 एडवांस लेवल से. सो व्हाट हैड बीन योर कोडिंग प्रिपरेशन रोड मैप? लाइक व्हाट वाज योर प्रिपरेशन स्ट्रेटेजी? हाउ डिड यू स्टार्टेड कोडिंग? एंड वो क्वेश्चंस सॉल्व करने के लिए व्हाट यू हैड टू डू बिफोर?
Okay, so I started my coding in the first year, right? I started with the C language. If this is my suggestion to everyone who wants to start a coding, you should start with the C language, right? It is one of the most basic language that you can come across. It will help you to go through to imagine through those basic concepts that happen at the coding level, right? So I think to everyone who wants to get into this coding field, they should start with the C language. So in the first year, I started with the C language, although C language was not the part of my course. C language was in my second semester, and I started coding in the first semester. Right. So in the second semester, when I got C language in my syllabus, that was like repetition of the what I already. So
Right.
then after, so I get to learn C language in 2 semesters, both of the semesters.
Okay.
So that helped me a lot to strengthen my basics part. So and there onwards, I didn't have much practice on online platform. Like there are a lot of coding platforms where you can practice. I hadn't practiced much. I only practiced the basic question that was given in the book. Later on, when in the third or fourth year, I went to Geeks for Geeks, and they had this design questions chapter wise.
Okay.
And these questions are asked in the big companies like Google, Amazon, Oracle, right? These are Microsoft. These are the big companies, and what they do is that they take the question from those tests and keep those questions in chapter wise. They design those questions in chapter wise, and then keep you have to go there and practice those questions. I only practice those only questions and the basic question from the book.
Right. So Geeks for Geeks was your go-to platform, you can say, before placements, right?
Yes. Absolutely. Yes.
Okay. So Abhishek, moving on, we have discussed about test and your coding preparation strategies. उसके बाद interview round हुआ. So what type of questions were asked in the interview, and what was your interview experience basically that time?
In the interview, there was only one round. There was only one round interview.
Okay.
In this round was combined of HR and technical round.
Okay.
So the guy that took the interview was very, very experienced guy. So he asked the questions of the basic C language and the what was written in the resume as well.
Okay.
He asked what I wrote in the resume that I am a captain of cricket team. So they asked me question regarding the team related work. that
Right.
you can do,
Right.
right? So they questioned me, and they asked me a question that was a pure typical way I when asked in HR round.
Right.
Those questions were also there, and basic C language questions were also there.
Hmm. So overall, like it was technical plus HR, where he focused more in the C part and your extracurricular activities from the HR part, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, okay, okay. So अभिषेक, आई होप तुम्हारे इंटरव्यू एक्सपीरियंसेस से हमारे जूनियर्स को बहुत ही फायदा हुआ होगा. सो बिफोर रैपिंग इट अप, एनी फाइनल टिप्स यू वांट टू गिव टू आवर जूनियर्स हु आर वाचिंग दिस?
Nothing much to say. Just don't lose the hope and learn from your mistakes and from the mistakes of others as well. Follow your friends. Ask them what was the question of what the question they get in their tests,
Yeah,
in the interviews. Write out those questions. What will do that? Those questions will help you to prepare in a particular direction, right?
obviously,
And that is a very important part. You should consider in your mind.
obviously. सो
That's it.
गाइस, आई होप आपको लेट्स हियर फ्रॉम द एक्सपीरियंस का ये एपिसोड आपको बहुत अच्छा लगा. And those whoever are preparing for Cognizant, I must say this will be a valuable episode for you. So guys, do follow Placement Buddies. Keep subscribing to our channel, and also go to goeasytutorials.com. The link will be in the description, and visit Abhishek's very own startup. You guys can learn programming languages from his website, and that will be very beneficial for you. So thank you again, Abhishek. Thank you for joining Placement Buddies and sharing your interview experience. We wish you all the best for your future endeavors.
Thank you. Thank you. It was my pleasure.
Yeah.